Hey, nice to have you back on the channel. I hope you're doing great. It's quite late and my techno went really dark. And I love that, but sometimes you know it. It is too much and you just want the opposite, right? And I was looking because I constantly got this feeling like that I want the opposite. I was looking for the contrast, like what kind of music I want to do if I don't do techno. And I really settled down in the no drum section because, of course, if you do drum music like techno, at some point you just don't want drums. And there's like a scene here in Berlin. There's like a lot of little underground places popping up where we just can listen to music that have almost no drums. Sometimes it's like hip-hop beats, sometimes it's like that kind of stuff, but it's mainly ambient places. And they're fascinating for me because like the environment is like way more cozy. Like you can lie down, the music is soft, people are not talking too much. It's more like chilling, having a drink outside maybe, but then coming there and like just kind of chill. Really love that concept. And there's like places like Queer that is like, if you're standing outside you would not recognize it's actually a bar or something. And I really love this little underground scene. So I went to more and more to these places and kind of become a regular by going there, like in a consuming way. But also I wanted to play there, but I felt like I really want to have like music that I can play there that I created. And also I love to make ambient music, so I wanted to dip into this for real. And making techno and sequencer music and all of this is on the computer amazing, like you have all those possibilities. But for making ambient I was checking like, I don't know, limited myself but having all options that I need. And over the time enabled in making ambient, I realized it's like around 4 channels that I actually need. So I was looking for something because I know I need granulation, I need some effects like reverb and filters, and resonators are good for it. And I was checking if I can find some hardware that literally do all of these things for me. And then I remembered that there was something new from Torso Electronics. And I remember Torso Electronics as a good company because they did a crowdfunding project for a sequencer. It's the T1. It's this little thing based on sequencing, like Euclidean math and all that really nice stuff that I use constantly in the modular synthesizers. And I remember, and I was working at Schneider's Laden in the past. We have this like off time where like no clients are coming and we can test the new stuff a little bit out so we can sell it better, right? And I was jamming with this Torso for a little bit and you just get amazing stuff out. But it was a crowdfunding project first and then develop over time. So they put something new out and it calls the S4, what is actually what I was looking for. 4-channel sampler with granulator, engine, even live. Then you have a resonant filter, I think 64 bands resonation filtering. So it's you can put that thing in a key, of course. Let's grab it. That beautiful thing here. So you have the filter, you have the granulation, then you have a full noise and saturation function. There's also crush effects and all that stuff. And then here in the end, the reverb delay function. So you have 4 channel, 4 times you can play really long stereo samples back and then put them through this full engine here. Also from the look, it's a little bit like an Electron, so the muscle memory already works. So if I have like a channel, then I have these options here for each channel. So I can put the sample into like the pitch that I want and chop it, then putting it through a live granulation engine, then through the filter, then put some noise on top, some saturation drive, and then through a delay. And that delay then can go through a reverb. But it's all optional for each channel. So you have 4 channels with a lot of modulation going on also. Like each knob can be modulated with crazy amount of modulation that you also can morph and shape how you want. And then it starts to be really, really fast, really, really complex in a small thing like this. So when I was checking for this device, it was not available at all anywhere. And then I went just super lucky to this random shop on some day where I was like already believing I will never find one. Also, I was starting to thinking maybe it's not a good choice, because actually there was some videos and some people saying in the internet that this stuff is unfinished and absolutely beta and not worth the money. And I was like, oh shit, okay. But I found a shop, it was available, and boom, I just got it, like testing it, And I remember the first day I tested it, I was super intuitive. I just jam on it, and I didn't read any menus or watch some tutorials how the stuff is actually working. It was just really fast brain memory of maybe a little bit of electron workflow, but also there I'm absolutely beginner. I have this Digitakt where I normally do some techno stuff with it and use it like a drum machine. So when I went to the S4, I just got this muscle memory and I was working really easy. I really understand really fast what to do with the sample, what you can do, what you can't do. I mean, of course, I understand what's granulation, what all these things are doing, but you don't see this is the granulation engine. You just see this like icons here and you're like, okay, let's click that. I guess that's the granulation engine. Okay, what we can do, okay, la la la. So you intuitive just jam with that thing, and it is so easy to get beautiful textures out of this thing. Drones, and you also have CV out, like CV sync out and MIDI out, so you need an adapter that comes with it. But the sync out in CV just for your Eurorack system is already there and works like seamlessly. And you also have USB if you want to sync it with the DIW or something. I didn't test that, but I absolutely tested the CV sync out. It was working without any options that I have to put. The MIDI out, I needed to send the send MIDI, send start stop and all these things. You just enable it and it works. And then about the input. The input is actually amazing, because with the input, when I put some synths through it, I realized that also some mics, I realized that the granular engine is actually live. So you don't have to record and then you can granulate the stuff. You literally can just wet dry it, like wet dry, you make 50%, you hear some granulation and the input that you actually play. So I put my guitar into it and granulated live, and it was sounding amazing. So this is a live granulator. This is, I think, a thing that a lot of people underestimate here. This is a bit better than some other granulators where you literally have to sample first and then have it. So that's really cool. And then that filter sounds just so harmonic and beautiful. I can't put it in words. I just love it. So you have all of it in this small little setup. And for me, this is all I needed. I wanted something really small. I mean, check this. This is my hand. The full thing is my hand. So it looks a little bit bigger in the internet, but when I got it, it's actually amazing. And it feels light, but proper. You even have a little mic here, so you can actually record like little shaker sounds or something, or just this stuff. Works really well. I just do, and I have some nice grains that I put then in the granulate engine, and you making drones out of it, but having some cool textures. It is the absolutely perfect ambient drone machine, but also it's amazing for sampling cool atmospheres and then put your techno on top. I remember I put the Digitakt through that thing and wanted to see if you can also make something else than just drones and pads and that kind of texture stuff. So if you can also sequence it and make some percussion soundy stuff. fun. Yeah, trying it with all the cameras right now to show you a little bit how small this setup can be for a live act, you know. Sorry if this camera is like a little bit glitchy. It's just not my main camera. The one is up here, using this little action cam here right now. But yeah, this setup is absolutely fun and small. So yeah, also that fact is this thing is really, really small. You can bring it for live acts really easy. So yeah, the S4 is my new love machine. I just can take that thing with me everywhere and just play it and have a really calming atmosphere. The full thing can save my projects. So I can just save my projects there, then record them in Ableton and finish them. But you even can record the master out into that thing. So when you just jam and change things, it records the master. So if you fade in things or something, it will be on it, and you can just work with that. So you don't even need a computer for that thing to finish music. So it's actually like a no-brainer if you want to make ambient. This thing is absolutely amazing. It is still a beta version, I would say, because there is like 3 buttons that are still not working. There's this performance mode, the scene mode, and the temp. I don't know what this temp thing is doing, but performance mode, I guess, will be something like in the tier 1. I remember they had something where you can change a lot of things. So the triggers and all the MIDI notes you're sending, because it's a sequencer, are becoming like a lot of different stuff. And then you push the performance mode, or you hold the performance mode and change everything, and then you leave it away and it jumps back to the thing before. It's a little bit like in the Digitakt. So you really can jam that thing and making like a lot of extra notes. So it's like getting really full in your track, and then you just go back from the performance mode and everything changes back to the arrangement you got before. That's really nice to build tension and then just leave it low. But they are still not working. So if you click it, you're getting like a coming soon. That's a bit annoying, but I get it. I think they're coming from crowdfunding projects, so the mindset of the company maybe is more like, let's build it with the community together. And actually, I believe this is the better way to make products than just release stuff that, I don't know, they think people need. Because if they make this performance mode and the scene modes really good, like in the Electron node, then this is the absolute perfect machine. Because I hope with the scene mode that they can make scenes, so I can make my projects. When I have one project loaded with like 4 channels running a nice ambient patch, and I want to go to the next track, that with the performance mode I can somehow make it like fluid, so you don't hear that it's changing actually the project file. That would be amazing, because for now you have one project file. If you load the next project file, it gives this little like loading ping where all the filters, resonation and all that stuff pings for a moment. So it's like this, and then you have the empty project where you can start the engine. But that's a little bit ignoring for me now. So I would fade everything low and maybe have a second device that makes some sounds in that moment, so I can load the project and then fade the stuff in. But yeah, the knobs are like unlimited scrolling. You can all push them, so you have select buttons. And this one here is like this menu stuff. You can use the other ones too, but this one have this beautiful, and click. And the buttons like Electron, really nice, really snappy, like a fucking Game Boy. I love it. The design of the thing is absolutely amazing. I really would say give the motion designer of like the screen, I don't know, the animations that they show you when you use the noise. It's pure art. Like, give this guy a raise. It's amazing. Absolutely designer thing. I really have to say, if I'm someone totally with this ambient thing, I wanted to have like just something that drowns me to some calmness. And if there's a modular with all this cable, it's the opposite of calmness for me. But yeah, the S4 is absolutely the dream that I was looking for, and I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I'm not the hugest hardware guy in the moment, but this thing goes everywhere with me right now. I can just record into this mic the atmosphere I'm sitting in and just making beautiful ambient with it. And when they, give me a scene mode and a performance mode and I can literally jam live with this, I will make proper ambient gigs in those places that I just told you they are popping up in Berlin, because I really want to be a resident in some of these places. I really love the ambient scene here. And yeah, it's actually a scene here. So yeah, Torso Electronics, really nice device you did there. I guess now where I'm really like starting to be a fanboy from your sculpting sampler with the S4, I also will check the T1 at some point, because you can Euclidean sequence stuff, and Euclidean sequencing is, it's just techno in person. It's amazing. I would say have a look, try it out in a place where you can sit down with it for like, I don't know, an hour or something, and just figure out if you like the workflow. I feel it's so intuitive designed that you just super fast getting to really cool soundscapes. And yeah, that's what it is. And sculpting sampler. So put in whatever you want and then just enjoy the beautiful design of this machine, the minimalistic look, the super easy workflow, and absolute amazing sound that you can get out of it. That was my update on the hardware side, and we see you soon. Peace.